Can everybody please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good morning and welcome everybody to the State of the Cities. And thank you for being here this morning. I'm Tim Murad, President of the Berkley Chamber of Commerce, and we're so grateful today to have the MSU Federal Credit Union as our sponsor for this event. In addition to being a featured sponsor for the Berkley Street Art Fest this past summer, we truly appreciate your continued support. We at the Chamber always look forward to putting on this event, as it is a great opportunity to hear from the people leading growth and development in our area and how it'll impact you and how you can be involved. I know that we at the Chamber have had a busy and successful year. Our community events such as the Art Bash and Berkley Street Art Fest were back, and the Perk discount card has been a great success. The 2025 cards are available for purchase now. Looking around the room, I'm pleased to see some of our current and former elected officials today. Can all of you please stand up? Oakland County Treasurer Robert Wittenberg, State Representative Natalie Price, Mayor Bridget Dean, Mayor Bob Paul. New to this year, we have the Mayor of Oak Park, Marion McCallum. We also have from Oak Park Michelle Bishop, who is the manager of Authority, and we'll be hearing from Mayor Paul, Mayor Dean, and Mayor McCallum today too. Also, we have Mayor Pro Tem Ross Gavin, Berkley Councilman Dennis Hennon, Berkley Council Member Greg Patterson. Then from the Berkley Schools, we have Superintendent Scott Francis, who you'll also be hearing from today. Deputy Superintendent of Finance, Jenna Romaine. Deputy Superintendent of Schools and Human Resources, Chris Sandoval. Director of Student Services, Heather Lackey. Oh, there she is, over there, okay. Director of Operations and Facilities, Chris Smallwood. Assistant Superintendent of Teaching, Learning, and Technology. And Megan, I might screw up your last name. Megan Ashkanami, right? Did I get it right? Good, okay. Executive Assistant, Lori Suarez. And then we have school board members here. Vice President of the School Board, or the Board of Education, Mike Tripp. Step out. Yeah, okay. Treasurer Keith Logsden, Trustees John Hager, and Trustee Joshua Denow. Did I get it right? Jason, yeah, okay. Thank you all for joining us today. I know what a busy time it is for everyone. Now it's a great pleasure that I present the 2024 Best of Berkley Awards. These awards are given to Chamber members who exemplify leadership, have passion for the area, and are committed to making the community shine. Our first award goes to Gabrielle Makowski Realty, who is receiving the Best of Berkley Area Business Award. Gabrielle truly puts her heart and commitment into everything she does. This is how she was raised, and the importance of helping and giving back to her community. It's truly in her DNA. Her long-term goal is to donate $100,000 to a variety of charities that she works with. If we try to list all of what she does, we'd be here till dinner time. I'll touch on a few of the notable ways Gabrielle has earned this honor, and I'll tell you, I work in the same office as Gabby, and I see her commitment even in the office and giving back. So she has moved on now from this position now, and we're able to disclose that she was the Pattengale Elementary mascot, Patty Penguin. She enjoyed all that entailed in her disguise. She was also on the Pattengale PTA. This year she has moved on to the Berkley Schools PTA as the vice president. With the chamber, she has sponsored the children's booth at both the Art Bash and the Berkley Street Art Fest. At the Art Bash, she incorporated the Young Entrepreneur area where students sold items and a portion of the sales go to charity. For the Berkley Street Art Fest, she was on the planning committee and sponsored the children's area that had a free-form chalk area for kids to create their own chalk masterpieces. Throughout the years, she does many charitable activities. This is her third year of collecting bottle returns. Gabrielle also sponsors a euchre tournament with proceeds going to charity. And additionally, she dispersed compost bags to Berkley homeowners and hands out apple cake in the fall, peppermint bark during the holiday season, and frozen pops in the summer. Her outreach also involves sponsoring music programs at St. Mary's and Royal Oak. As a realtor with Keller Williams, she also is very involved in supporting communities. She chose this agency as their goal aligns with her values, and it really does. They have Red Day, which gives the agency an opportunity to help in the community. At every open house, Gabrielle does a food drive component to it, which she donates the food through her Markowski Community Meals program. She also coaches other realtors at Keller Williams. Thank you, Gabby, for being so community-oriented and making this world a better place with all your involvement you incorporate into your daily life.
Sir,
You're welcome. They're good. You got to do a photo.
thank you.
Yeah.
I was putting my phone down, sorry. Thank you.
There you go. I'll take this.
Thank you all. Gosh, where do I start? You know what, first I'll say thank you to my husband, because that was a long list of things that you just read off about what I do throughout my days. And if I didn't have that support from my husband and from my mom, who's my assistant, for the record, anyways, if I didn't have that support, I wouldn't be able to then do all those things that you just mentioned, Tim. Gosh, I'm busy. So I wrote down a few words that I wanted to say, but truly I just want to speak from my heart. If you hear nerves in my voice, it's because really I'm happy, but also because Darlene, once again, is pushing me out of my comfort zone here to speak in front of you all. It is a unique privilege to not only live, work, and play within the same footprint that I was raised. I'm a Berkeley High graduate myself. I've lived here for over 35 years. It's a unique privilege to have that ability as an adult, but then to also raise our children in that same fashion. And so the efforts that my team is being acknowledged here today, recognized for, those efforts are a reflection of my gratitude that I have for that privilege to be a Berkeley Bear. And so really just thank you. Thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. This is greatly appreciated. Thank you.
So our next award goes to Business Person of the Year, which is Katie Forte, co-founder and creative director of June and December. The list of areas that Katie has been involved in within the community is long. I'll touch on the highlights. Katie created the Berkeley Has Art concept that's been endearing in the community. And that example actually is the booklet you have at your table. People can write on a heart that they believe Berkeley has so much heart. It's been a big hit, and people like sharing their thoughts. The hearts are then displayed in the community. Each year, the comments will be incorporated into a Berkeley Has Heart booklet. Katie coordinates and participates in the Rogers Elementary School Business Walk for many years. It's great exposure to the kids, showing that the great businesses in Berkley. At Berkley High School, Katie presents nature topics, and also now she has incorporated her observations into her business products. She also works with special needs Berkley High School students and had some students work in her June and December store. Katie also donates products to the Berkley School's arts department. The Chamber is fortunate that Katie joined our marketing committee this past year and has been instrumental in the focus and direction the Chamber is going. Over the years, she has been very involved with the Berkley Street Art Fest as a sponsor, and her kids have even been winning chalk artists. She is also on the DDA board, on the design and on their design committee and their Berkley committee. In the greater metro area, Katie is involved with Bees in the D, harvesting honey from a local beekeeper in Berkley. She also helps plant trees with the Greening of Detroit. Thank you, Katie, for shining a light on Berkley and all the positive there is in the community. Our recipient of the Best of Berkley Award, Katie Forte.
This is really out of my comfort zone. I am incredibly grateful to receive such an honor. It's truly humbling to have received this award when there are so many great business people in this wonderful community of people who I feel could easily qualify to win this. Thank you, Berkley Chamber, and to everyone involved who also helped make Berkley such a great community, and to the whole June and December team and my husband as well. For without all of you, I wouldn't be here. What a wonderful honor, and thank you, Berkley.
Congratulations to the Best of Berkley honorees. Before we start the State of the Cities, as we do everywhere, we like to acknowledge our past Best of Berkley recipients. I don't know, are there any of them here in the room today?
From 100 years ago.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. So our Mayor Bridget Dean and you're the and who? Oh, yeah, Zach, too. Yeah, from Berkley First. And Tamara Powell from Vibe Credit Union. So, congratulations, all of you. And now the State of the Cities. Our first address comes from our Executive Director, Darlene Rothman.
Well, before I talk, I'm just going to say it wasn't meant to take two of our recipients out of their comfort zone, but I know it did. But I guess it exemplifies that giving back to the community does not mean that you are trying to get the attention to do anything special, but it's who you are that makes everything special. So sorry that we brought you out of your comfort zone, but it was well deserved. I want to thank everyone for joining us today at the Berkley Area Chamber's 24th Annual State of the Cities event. I sincerely want to thank MSU Federal Credit Union for sponsoring this event. They've been an important partner to us in many ways and the community. I want to thank the American Legion Post 374 for hosting the event here. Jack Blanchard and Joe Radiger, they've been just wonderful to work with. Jack made a suggestion sometime during the year, and we hadn't had the State of the City here ever, I don't think. Well, we were at Farina's for many years. So this was a great scenario to have it here, and they've been just great to work with. Thank you to Caitlin Flora, Director of Communications for the City of Berkley. She's been assisting, helping this all get together with all the details, and so appreciate that. Last year was like, I think, about a week after she started. So she just jumped in. So this year was like, okay, we know what we're doing. And I want to thank CMNtv for recording the State of the Cities each year. They are instrumental in getting all this technology going wherever we show up. I want to tell you how lucky I am to be able to highlight businesses and organizations and give them positive attention in the communities through our marketing venues and the events that we have. It's very rewarding to me to connect businesses together and see where those partnerships grow. There's so many great stories that started with our businesses connecting at the various events that we have, especially the networking events. So look around the room, and there are opportunities in front of you so that next year when you come here, you'll have made connections, and they'll be incredibly important beyond what your expectations are. And that's actually something that we're going to be focusing on more in the upcoming year with the Chamber is different networking techniques and opportunities, because the connections are unbelievable, and because we're all so casual in how we do connect in this community, it's just a natural flow that happens that I don't think some people even realize that it's happening. Congratulations to Gabriel Mikowski Realty as a 2025 Business of the Year. As we heard, Gabriel, she grew up in Berkley, so her involvement in the community spans more years than probably anyone who's received this award in the past. I'm thrilled that her opportunity to surprisingly be placed on the air opened up many avenues for Gabriel to be seen in many new facets. And we had her on the news last year for this Street Art Fest, and now she's doing all these things on her social media. I don't think we can take credit for that, but she was uncomfortable the first time when I said, "You're going to be on CMNtv in about 10 minutes." And she's like, "What?" And it's been just great. She really has a heart of gold, and it shows authentically in whatever she does. And congratulations to Katie Forte, co-founder and creative director for June and December, as the 2025 Business Person of the Year. Her dedication to embracing the good in Berkeley is unbelievable, especially in how she created the Berkeley Has Heart concept. The community has embraced this concept and saying why they love Berkeley. Katie created this idea before joining the Chamber Marketing Committee. She presented the idea to us but couldn't attend the first meeting. Everyone loved the idea and had many ways to incorporate it in the community. We moved forward immediately with this new direction, and I don't think Katie's going to miss another meeting, because who knows where her next ideas are going to go to. They're not here today, but Brett and Tara are marketing division of the Chamber, and they've expanded that marketing position even more so. They're creative, enthusiastic, and truly offer great ideas to shine a light on the great aspects of all of our communities. They were instrumental in reviving the pub crawl this year, launching the Berkeley Has Art booklet that's in front of you, and we ask you to take it with you. That's something that we're going to keep growing each year, and it highlights the arts in the community, and we have a lot of them. It started for us with the murals, and then it's just gone on, and photography contests, lots of things that we're supporting the arts. Brett and Tara created a large platform for the city's businesses and organizations to communicate what's happening. That's through the Bullhorn emails. Our goal is enlightening more and more people about what's going on with the wonderful businesses and events that are happening in the Berkeley area, and encourage them to support local businesses by shopping, dining, and using their professional services. If you haven't signed up for the Bullhorn, please do. And if you want to communicate through the Bullhorn, please let us know. I want to thank our Chamber Board who continue to help work outside the box and help create new and exciting concepts. You've met Tim Murat, who is our president, and Scott Samala, who's our vice president. Tamara is our secretary, our treasurer. It's like, what? And Joe Mulheron is our secretary. Am I missing anyone else from the board here? So thank you for all that you do. It's more than just attending our meetings. They're really helping grow the concept of where the chamber grows every year. And the Berk cards, they've been very well received by the public. It's created a way to support and develop a loyalty program from the patrons in the area with local businesses, in addition to helping people save money. So the 2025 cards are actually on sale already, and we encourage you to support those businesses that are on the card. There's a QR code, there's a card on the table there. They're already available to buy for next year, so you get a couple extra months on them if you buy the next year's now. You can buy them at the Woodward Corner Market, and by the end of this week at Berkley City Hall and the Berkley Library. And if you order them online through the berkleychamber.com website, a large portion of the sale goes to the Berkley Education Foundation. So we highly suggest that you do that, because it's our way of also giving back to the Berkley School District. Art Bash was bigger and better than ever. We partner with April McCrum. She's the owner of Catching Fireflies in Yellow Door. And the event attracts more and more people each year. It's a signature event for us, and it kicks off the summer for art fairs. And it's got wonderfully talented artists and vendors who participate year after year because it's a very successful day for them. In addition, it's also a fun event for the public, and it gives our permanent businesses a great day to shine, attract businesses, and be seen by over 10,000 people. And in general, we hear it's usually their best day in the community. The Berkley Street Art Fest is also organized by a team of business owners who strive to create a great event. This was the second year that the Culinary Corridor was part of the Berkley Street Art Fest, and that we partnered with Woodward Corner Market. And new this year, we created Yappy Hour, and that was, we partnered with Coffee and Bark they had a dog adoption, and that was with No Dogs Left Behind. I think the day of the event, 13 dogs were adopted from the event, which is a great turnout. In addition, we had a professional pet photography done by a florist photo design, and then pet-related vendors. So that's an area that we're going to keep growing where this event is going. And the have props. City Guide is coming out, and we're growing it this year. So this year it's going to be the Berkley, Oak Park, and Huntington Woods City Guide. This is new that we're adding most of Oak Park to it this year. We're not sure if we can get all of it, the whole city, but the majority of it. So it's a wider net of advertisers to talk to and highlighting stories in the community. And it's a great resource for people. Most people hang on to the magazine for the year. It's put out to be a resource, not just a magazine for that 1 week. It's a 1 year thing. And I want to thank Ferndale Friends. They're the publishers of this, and they do a lot more. Most of us have worked with them on different publications through the years. And the pub crawl was back and bigger than ever this year. We had 15 locations participate, which created a different event as the participants picked and chose the locations they wanted to visit because they did not have time to get all 15 in one night. And this is the very cool shirt that was designed for it. And we did it in conjunction with the DDA, with the Berkley month. Got all the sponsors on the back here. And these are actually still for sale. This was these are always collector's items, the pub crawl, but this one didn't say pub crawl on it because we combined it with the whole Berkley month. This was the second year of the Kid Home Tours, and these are another unique aspect that we have for the city of Berkeley, to have a history of over 50 kid homes in the community. I want to thank Tim Rad and Kim Elliott for co-creating this event in partnership with the Berkeley Historical Museum and Dale Carlson. And this is a whole, the concept started years ago before COVID, and we launched it, and it's a very unique tour to have in the community. Mike McGinnis, who I know is not here, has developed such a positive vibe in downtown Berkeley, and it shows in all the additional interests that people have in the city. I want to thank Mike for all his support, his partnerships, and hard work and dedication. We work very closely with the DDA, and everyone's always confused what the DDA does, what the chamber does, and we keep blurring the lines all the time, so that's okay. We also help with support with the holiday lights and the Merry Month. So I just want to, again, thank everyone for coming, continuing to be involved in the community, supporting the community. There's a plant on each table, so I ask that everyone take one home with you. And it's great that we're all working together and just growing what this community has. As I've always said, we're always all playing in the same sandbox, and we all play well together, and just appreciate all that everyone's doing, because again, there's so many different partnerships going on in this room when I look around, and appreciate all that everyone does to help each other and make this such a great community. Thanks.
Thank you, Darlene. All of us on the Chamber Board truly appreciate your enthusiasm and leadership and hard work. And now we'll hear from the Superintendent of Berkeley Schools, Scott Francis.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Scott Francis, Superintendent. I'm in my 4th year in the district. It's an honor to serve in this role, to serve the community. I've been in the district for 10 years now, lived in the community for 20 years, and it's great to see so many familiar faces, but also meet new folks too, to join this team. It really does operate like a team in the different facets, and as Darlene said, partnerships, and I really get to see that and experience that as a superintendent, but also as a community member, resident, and parent as well. If you didn't know, the Berkeley School District, we do support young learners as young as 6 weeks old at our Building Blocks program. And so from 6 weeks old up to 26 years of age for some of our learners. We have an adult transition program, which I'll talk about in a little bit. So we service for many families and students 6 weeks to 26 years old, and much of that cannot be done without many of you in this room, and I appreciate that. I want to say thank you to Tim and Darlene Rothman for the Berkeley Area Chamber of Commerce for hosting this event, organizing. I know a lot goes into this event, and so it's important, and I just want to express my appreciation for that. I also want to say thank you to the City of Berkeley, City of Huntington Woods, and newly joining us this year, the City of Oak Park too as well. It's great to see Mayor McClellan. I wanted to express my appreciation to you specifically because you're new here, but also just to say thank you, and if you could share my appreciation to your City Manager, Eric Tungate too, and Crystal Van Vleck, your Deputy City Manager, I should say Super Manager, because my experiences have been super with her. So good for Berkeley for... Yes, so taking, stealing, however you want to frame it, Crystal, but in the end of the day, both benefit the Berkeley School District, and so I'm really excited about that. This is a picture of a partnership, and one of the themes that I'm going to share today is a theme I'm sharing with our district, with our staff, is collaboration. And so this is a picture of collaboration from some City of Oak Park employees who reached out to some of our NORUP staff and said, hey, can we partner with you to plant trees? And so this was an event where they partnered with our students, so they got to learn about planting trees and maintaining trees with some city employees at Oak Park. And so I'll share some other great examples too as well. I want to say congratulations to our Business of the Year, Gabrielle Mikowski-King, who does a great job with her realtor company, but I get to work with Gabrielle at the PTSA level and the PTA level, and she has been a true contributor to our school district, and just want to say congratulations, but also thank you. I've been hesitant to share this fun fact, so it might embarrass her, but it probably won't surprise many of you. Gabrielle and I were chatting a couple weeks ago, and we talked about Berkley. And I lived in Berkeley for 16 years, and she grew up in Berkeley. I said, "Where'd you grow up?" She said, "Dorothea." I said, "Oh, I lived in Dorothea." And I said, "Where in Dorothea?" And she said, 1591 Dorothea. And I said, "I lived in 1591 Dorothea." And so we were talking about how the backyard floods, and it turns into an ice rink in the winter time. And so that just is unique, but not surprising, because that also, I think, just shares or highlights a lot of people who grow up in Berkeley. My mom grew up in Berkeley. I was a grad in 1965. Really appreciate the community aspect of Berkeley. And so, Gabrielle, I want to say congrats to you. Congrats to Katie Forte as well. With June and December, we work together on DDA, and I really appreciate all you do for the DDA, but also what you do for our schools, offering presentations for our students in classrooms, and really means a lot to me and to our administrators and our staff and students as well. Our school board, who was introduced earlier, is a key and integral piece to our vision and our leadership and integrity of the district, and I'm grateful for their leadership as well. We have a new board member for at least a month or so, Mr. Heeger, who was appointed because Mr. Justice moved after serving near 13 years. And so, but Mr. Heeger and Mr. Logston and Mr. Buxbaum, who's not a board member, but those were three, we have 2 open seats with 3 candidates this November for the election. So I wanted to just share that information as well. The district does continue to get good news and highlights. We win several awards at the district level, being recognized for our high school, best schools, different publications, and also our music program too continues to win awards as well. Our communications department won several awards recently just for all their efforts on different campaigns that we've been successful with, and so I'm grateful for our communications department, and they won some state level awards for their work. And then also want to highlight the Berkeley Schools Comfort Crew, which is not necessarily an award, but a new thing that we are promoting or supporting, I should say. We have several staff members across the district who have had their dogs trained to be Comfort Crew dogs that are in our buildings on a daily basis to support our students and, quite honestly, support our staff too as well. So they're a great addition, great new employees, we call them as well. Our mission and what we're all about is student engagement, learning, and growth. It's at the center of what we do every day, and that's what hopefully you will see, and I'm sure many of you have experienced too as well. I wanted to highlight collaboration because I think that is key, not just in the actions, but what we teach our students, and so that's what we're highlighting with our staff. It's an essential skill or trait that we've identified in our portrait of a learner. So it's one of those skills that's crucial or important that many of our community members and teachers have also identified as important to help our kids be successful. And today is an example of why that's so important and how that can be successful. I want to give a shout out to our Downtown Development Authority, another example of a good collaboration with them that we have, and a partnership that we have with them back to the art space that we designed collaboratively together with the City of Berkeley. It's great to drive by during lunchtime to see the students out there enjoying that space as well. The Berkeley Area Chamber of Commerce with Tim and Darlene, like I mentioned, have been a great partnership. We appreciate the Berk Perk card. Our staff each get a Berk Perk card, which I know gets used quite often, and that's greatly appreciated. Our adult transition program, like I mentioned, you may not be super familiar with that, but we serve students with special needs from 18 to 26. And the reason why I put it up here is because we have a great partnership. Pastor Zach came to the rescue. So Pastor Zach, if you just wave your hand up there, sorry to embarrass you. He came to the rescue. We had a need where we had to have, our program got changed from another location, kind of in a surprise to us, and we had to change locations. And so we reached out to Pastor Zach and we said, hey, by any chance, do you have any space for our programs for about 20 adults or so and 10 staff members or so? He said, absolutely, come on in, and just made it work, and was just so grateful for Pastor Zach and the collaborative efforts to support our adult transition program. Berkley Summer Days Camp, public safety, and the elections. Just want to highlight that and express my appreciation to the city of Berkley. Just good partnerships that we have to be able to house summer camps for the city of Berkley and their summer camps, and it's a good connection and collaboration to provide supports for our community during the summer. Public safety, just want to say thank you for all your efforts, showing up at the football games and helping with the crossing guards, and just many ways that you all support us. Thank you, Chief Kane, for your leadership. Also want to give a shout out to our school resource officer, Sergeant Arnie, who is a Berkley City employee but supports our schools. It's been wonderful for the past year and a half to have his connection and support with all of our schools. And he works primarily out of the high school, but does make connection and supports with all of our schools. And then Food Truck Fridays, just a little shout out there. In the fall, we like to do Food Truck Fridays at Art Space. And so that's something that's a benefit of that collaboration at the Art Space that we also like to provide our students and whoever's in the community that's happen to be nearby. Our teaching and learning department, led by Assistant Superintendent Meganash Kanani, and our Director of Student Services, Heather Lackey, are here today. They do great work overseeing the student learning. Doesn't matter if you're general ed or special ed, they work collaboratively together. I just wanted to highlight a few things, not necessarily that they do work on, but are as a result of the good work they do. So for example, student enrollment for the first time in probably 6 or 7 years is actually increasing. And so that's much like across the state, where a lot of student enrollment was decreasing across the state. Fortunately, this school year, we're up about 60, maybe 70 students, and that's a big number for the Berkley School District. And yes, it's a lot of because of the work that this department does, our administration does, our teachers and our administrators do, but a lot of it I can contribute to the good community supports too that we all offer. I would like to note that 74% of our last year's graduating class took an advanced placement class. That's incredibly high. That's a great opportunity for students to take a college level class where the national average is about 35%. So it's over double the percentages of that. But also what we're proud of is we're proud of the number of students who go to OTEC. OTEC is our technical campus that we partner and collaborate with Oakland schools. And 45 of our graduates were able to get certificates and different trainings and technical skills from that program too. It's a great collaborative effort, and we're proud of them too as well. Social emotional continues to be an important endeavor for us, and that's something with the Comfort Crew and curriculum and resources and people that we're investing heavily in, because it's all about the whole child, and we're proud of that work as well. We also partner with Easter Seals to provide mental health supports to families who may not have all the resources, or the students who may not have all the resources, and we have a great partnership with Easter Seals to provide mental health support outside and even sometimes inside the school day when that's applicable, and we're proud of that. Finance and Facilities, we have a new Director of Finance, Jenna Romaine, and a new Director of Operations and Facilities, Chris Smallwood. They took the place of Mr. Gallagher. Many of you are familiar with Mr. Gallagher, who for 28 years served our district and served it well. Robert Wittenberg joked, it takes 2 people to replace Larry. Well, it does and it doesn't. But they are great people, but we do miss Larry too as well. But they're continuing the good work and that has gone on for years in regards to very solid financial standing in our district. We just ratified 3 contract agreements with our teachers and with our secretaries and our administrators that we're really proud of too as well. Our custodian team continues to cover large numbers of square foot every day, over 600,000 worth of square feet of cleaning those facilities. Speaking of facilities, you're probably familiar that we did, with your support, pass a bond, and so I just want to give some quick updates on how that's going. So on the left-hand side, there are pictures of students in their new furniture. It's furniture that helps with collaboration. Every student has a new chair or squishy seat or stool or something that they can now sit in with new desks. Staff have new desks too as well, and new shelving, and that's with the support of the community. I want to say thank you to Assistant Superintendent Megan Ashkanani and the facilities team too for making that happen. That was not a small feat to remove all the furniture out and then all this new furniture in with a matter of a couple months over the summer. Top right corner, many of you are probably familiar. We're able to successfully improve, or I should say, totally overhaul the turf field at Hurley Field and the track too as well. And so we're proud of that for our teams, but also for our local teams too as well, with the Sox organizations and the Steelers organizations and more who get to benefit from that. The bottom right corner, not as glitzy but important, is a new maintenance building. You might be familiar with the old maintenance building that used to be old Berkley on that property, which is some known as the trash lot, which I'm trying to get away from that saying and no longer called that trash lot, across just north of Catalpa, north of the high school. But this is being built in North Oak Park. We've had great success with Oak Park's leadership to help make that work as well, because you have to work with DTE and other companies, and it's not always easy. But those are the supports and collaboration that we've benefited from everybody. 2025, giving you a heads up, it'll be the year of construction. So there'll be a lot of construction when it comes to our facilities. So this is a heads up and an appreciation for your support moving forward with this. So this is the new field house, which we're calling the Bear Complex. The Bear, B-E-A-R, is an acronym. It's quite fitting for obvious reasons, but it's the Berkley Education, Athletics, and Recreation Complex, the Bear. No longer the trash lot, the Bear Complex. So we're proud of this, and this is something that will support our district teams, our PE classes during the day. Another visual on the Catalpa side, the inside, it'll be 60-yard turf field, full width of a soccer field, 60 yards long. We'll have a training weight room facility center in there too as well. And so there will also be opportunities from our local organizations to use that, likely on the weekends. A lot to figure out there, but that is something that we are proud of, will be coming, but it's going to take until about the fall of 2026. Big project, will take a lot of time, the year of construction. 2025. Berkley High School, the auditorium, will get a new facelift from the front with a new entrance lobby into the auditorium, which we'll be naming the Performing Arts Center. And on the right will be what we call a black box theater. It's on the other side of the building to support our choir classes, but also small performances too as well for our students. These are renderings, not quite yet to the architectural design, but getting close. Our adult transition program, which I talked about already a little bit, and our robotics program will be moving to a permanent home. We're fortunate to have a place that you're probably familiar with fall into our lap, kind of, and we worked out a good agreement with Cana Lutheran Church there on Catalpa, right next to the high school. And so many of you know we purchased that building with the programs of robotics, getting a new home. If you aren't familiar, robotics is in the old maintenance building, and it is old. So it's time for them to move into a place. We're spending a lot of money on not just the purchase of this, but to upgrade this space too, to make it a true home for our robotics program and a true long-standing home for our adult transition program. And so we're excited about that. That construction will start in the spring and then go on till the summer of 2025. Burton will getting a new cafeteria, multi-purpose space, and so you'll probably, if you've driven by it, you'll notice the new fence lines there, so that construction will begin, or has started, and the completion date is August of 2025 with our new multi-purpose space. I think there'll be opportunities for collaboration and community to use that space in the evenings too, as well. It was designed for that purpose. And Patton Gill is also on the same track to have their multi-purpose cafeteria built with a target date of August 2025. Angel and Rogers, those will be following up. We couldn't do 4 all in once, and we have a few other things going on, but they will also get the same additions too as well. A couple last things before I end. One of our main goals is supporting our staff, and under the direction and leadership of Deputy Superintendent Chris Sandoval, we really appreciate his leadership in supporting our staff, and we value staff culture. We connect with our staff frequently, either through surveys or building visits. We're in visits on a weekly basis to connect with them. We also provide good services for them, like vaccine clinics, where we partner with a community group to come in and provide vaccine services for our staff, for like the flu shots for them, and then we provide them professional learning to help them growing so they can help our students grow. Berkley Education Foundation is our foundation. We have 2 fundraisers coming up. So on November 8th, coming up soon, is an ex-golf fundraiser. So if you're interested in that, we'd love to have you there. If you were a golfer, or maybe if you're not a golfer, a team of 4 can join our fundraiser on November 8th. I believe it's at 7 o'clock. More information will be coming out from us on that event. And then many of you are familiar because you've been to our Off to the Races on March 8th. It's our main fundraiser. And collectively, we're able to earn close to $100,000 from all the community efforts and fundraising to support our students and our staff. That's led by Jessica Stilger, who is our Director of Communications, who's out of the district today with another obligation, but does great work there as well. Another benefit of that fundraising goes to offering every eighth grader goes on a college tour visit, and they also go to our technical campuses as an eighth grader, so they can really start to think about high school and classes that they want to choose to prepare them for high school and beyond. Finally, again, I'm just grateful for the partnerships. These are 3 examples of just partnerships that are happening across the district. So this top right corner is Community One Field. It's been a good partnership with the City of Berkeley and the Dads Club, which is the baseball group, our local organization, where we're working together to completely overhaul the infield and the outfield, new turf, new irrigation, new drainage on that field to make a better experience for our students, but also for the community too as well. Top right corner are pictures of what's happening at Burton there as well, where we're overhauling the parking there and some of the drainage, and that takes good collaboration and work from our city in Huntington Woods. And then the bottom right corner is our plan for Tyler Park, which is in North Oak Park, to have a new softball field varsity competition for our high school team, and then also a practice field. This southern part of the property is Berkeley's district. The northern part is Oak Park, and so there's a good collaboration and synergy there to improve that space. So with that, things in the Berkeley School Districts are going very well. I'm really proud of what's happening and where we'll be 3 years from now, 5 years from now, and it all will really depend a lot on your support, but also collaboration too as well. So thank you, and I hope you all have a good morning.
Thank you, Superintendent Francis. A strong school district is so important to this community. And as Darlene has said many times, our school district is an anchor to the community, and we truly appreciate all your hard work and of you and your staff. And now, please welcome Huntington Woods Mayor Bob Paul to give us an update on the state of the city of Huntington Woods.
Thank you. Thanks, Tim and Darlene, and thanks to the Berkeley Area Chamber of Commerce for hosting us again this year. My congratulations as well go out to the award winners, Katie Forte from June and December, and Gabrielle Mikowski-Realty. Nestled in the heart of Metro Detroit, bordered by great neighbors in the cities of Berkeley, Oak Park, Pleasant Ridge, and Royal Oak, our vibrant city offers the perfect blend of suburban charm and urban convenience. We're also immensely proud to be part of the Berkeley School District and have within our borders the Detroit Zoo and Rackham Golf Course. We invite you to stroll through our walkable tree-lined streets, visit our beautiful parks, and embrace the welcoming atmosphere that defines our community. The residents, staff, and elected officials have long been proud of our community and brag about what a great place it is. But it's always nice to hear from outsiders. In the last year, we were ranked in the top 100 best places to raise a family, buy a house, and a best suburb to live in the United States. We were ranked number 2 for best place to raise a family in Metro Detroit, number 3 for best place to buy a house in Metro Detroit, number 3 best community to raise a family in Michigan, and the number 6 best suburb to live in Metro Detroit. Community participation at events in the city throughout the year continues to be very strong. Highlighting some of those events, we held our 3rd annual Juneteenth event on June 19th. The City Commission declared this day a citywide holiday, and led by the Anti-Racism Committee and our city manager, Chris Wilson, the event was a huge success. Everyone in attendance enjoyed the program, including a proclamation from U.S. Representative Haley Stevens, a little history on the Juneteenth, music, and food. Our Tuesday night concert series, which ran from mid-June through July, were once again well organized by our Parks and Recreation Department, and our citizens loved the musical lineup as well as the food trucks. The Detroit Institute of Arts awarded us for the 2nd time in the 15-year history of the program, the Inside Out program, which brings the museum experience outdoors to local communities. and always a family favorite. This year's heyday included putting out Pretend Fire, along with the usual men's club and women's league cider and donuts, socializing with the Department of Public Safety, and close-up exploration of their trucks and equipment. And our biggest event of the year, as always, the week-long celebration for Independence Day. It included the Run, Walk, Boom, many contests and gatherings, of course the parade, a concert in the park, and fireworks over Rackham to conclude the celebration. Two of our Civic Award winners are pictured in the second from the left picture there with the City Commission. First, the Senior Citizen of the Year, Paul Zatko, who is known by many of our Burton Elementary students as a crossing guard who hands out Super Balls, and Wisdom. Amongst other tidbits of information he shares with them is that their parents are the smartest people they will ever meet. And the Bob and Char Newton Citizen of the Year, Tony Lehman, who many of you may know from his 30-plus years as the City of Huntington Woods Finance Director. But on this occasion, he was awarded for a lifetime of contributions to the city, starting back in his younger years as a swim instructor and pool manager, through his many years of volunteering with the Huntington Woods Men's Club, the Berkley Athletic Boosters, the Optimist Club, and the Woodward Dream Cruise, and so much more. During 2024, Huntington Woods continued our aggressive investment in infrastructure. During the year, we completed over $5.5 million in infrastructure improvements, including 2.4 miles of roads, 5,600 feet of water main, and 1,880 feet of new sewer. That brings the total spent on road, sewer, and water improvements over the last 4 years to just over $13 million. Coming soon, a new traffic light at City Hall at 11 Mile and Mortensen, to be exact, thanks to grants from the state of Michigan and the MEDC and the hard work of Senator McMorrow and Representative Weiss. The new traffic light will not only serve as a calming for 11 Mile there, but it'll provide a safe pedestrian crosswalk for everyone, especially our students walking to Berkley High School. We're also very close to finalizing our redevelopment ready certification, and we're looking forward to the next steps as we implement the program. And to continue our infrastructure investment in 2025, we're planning road and water replacements on Parkwood and Newport, as well as road resurfacing on Scotia. Also, we just did receive plans for a proposed Bigby Coffee in part of the old Rite Aid building on Coolidge Highway. Some staff anniversaries worth noting. Hank Berry, our planning and zoning administrator, is celebrating his 20th year with the city. Ethan Hahn, our finance director, has 3 years under his belt with Huntington Woods. And new to the city is Allie Sutton, our communications specialist and administrative assistant, who helps facilitate the city's election, leads our communication strategy, and made me look good this morning with the visual presentation that goes along with my remarks. In closing, I'd like to remind everyone to vote on Tuesday, November 5th. We have a proud record in Huntington Woods of having one of the highest voter turnouts in the state, and we want to make sure we maintain that distinction. As we come to a close on 2024, I can declare that the state of the city of Huntington Woods continues to be excellent, with a bright and exciting future. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Paul, for the update. We appreciate the support of the city and its residents who support so many of our local businesses. I'm going to pause here for a second to give them time to set some things up here. So next, I want to welcome Oak Park Mayor Marion McClellan. So this is Marion's first time speaking to us, and this is a really, in my opinion, a great development for the Berkley Chamber, is adding the city of Oak Park as a member. So I think this partnership is going to be fantastic. So, Mayor McClellan.
Good morning. I'm Marion McClellan, Mayor of the City of Oak Park. I want to thank my colleagues and the Berkley Chamber for inviting me to share all the amazing things that are happening in around Oak Park. Before I start a bring and brag, kudos to Berkley, because I love driving down Coolidge and I love driving down 12 Mile Road, and my personal favorite skeleton is the girl skeleton with the dog skeleton and the sign that says, "My kids have paws." I would like to thank my amazing administrative team. We managed to keep our city manager, Eric Tungate, and re-signed him for a 3-year contract in Oak Park, despite stiff competition. He turned down more money in Troy. I'm sure it's because we have a cuter mayor. Also, Economic Development Team and Corridor Improvement Director are taking a bow today for their role in Oak Park's rapidly rising trajectory. In 2011, when I started, Oak Park was just trying for economic stability at best, with vibrancy and growth being only aspirational. We were on the watch list for a state financial manager, and a consultant who came to look at 9 Mile Road said, "There's no there. Nothing that would bring somebody on purpose to visit." 11 Mile was a strip of vacant, light industrial buildings no longer needed by the auto industry. Things looked pretty bleak. The differences today are stunning. Now our city has a stable A+ bond rating, and we're hoping to kick it up, a balanced budget, a sustainable rainy day fund for any unforeseen circumstances that are coming fast and furious these days. We have taxable value increases that are the highest, leading Oakland County in property value increases. Our commercial vacancy rates are way down, and our ribbon cuttings are way up. If you have to drive down 9 Mile and head toward Ferndale to see the latest, if you haven't been there in a while. The 9 is a transit-friendly apartment complex that just went up. The developer wouldn't have picked Oak Park unless we had done all the work that we had done investing in the Oak Park Strip. We have Pie Sci Pizza, really good. Hanson's Hall Tavern, Forest Bakery that runs out of food at like 10:30, go early. A fancy wedding planner that looks like it got lost on the way to Birmingham. On 11 Mile, you've seen bistros, breweries, coffee house, TrueFit, and train station. A young resident told me, when I asked him why did he decide to buy a house in Oak Park, he said, because we have a cool vibe. So Granny Dunn brought a cool vibe to the city of Oak Park. So Oak Park was recently honored by SEMCOG for its 9 Mile project, Innovative. It was selected as one of the 4 best projects in the state of Michigan by the Michigan Municipal League for their Community Excellence Award. Our 9 Mile redesign project is amazing and innovative. They said they wanted to put a park on 9 Mile Road. I said, what? Not in the middle of the subdivision like usual? No, we want to put it where the people are. And so, okay, as long as you make it safe, and we made it safe. We base our changes on best practices, and we're not afraid to change. Our 9 Mile redesign project promotes access to new parks, multimodal transit, sustainability. We have bioswales, those things that kind of suck up the extra rainwater. Safe transit for all, and economic vitality in Oak Park. This project began in 2014 and just finished. It is now landscaped. It's improved the quality of life for our residents, businesses, and all throughout Southeast Michigan looking to experience a fun and unique park and business setting. It was made possible through the engagement and support of residents and business communities, grant funding, and a steadfast vision of innovation from the city's leadership and staff. We have started with a bunch of community meetings. No, we don't want this stuff in our city. We don't want pop-up parks. It's like you have to lead and not just follow, because the everyday resident doesn't spend a lot of time reading economic development books. So it's like, here's why it will help us, and here's why it's going to be good for you and your home values. So we did a lot of talking first. There's been $7 million since we started in private sector investment. There is a protected bicycle track, complete road diet. We're looking at 11 Mile and partnering with Berkley to do a similar thing. 4 community art installations, 4 new parks, 2 street closures for pocket parks, and a vacant land parcel acquisition for a handicap-friendly pass-through park. Overall, we're attracting attention and accolades and regional collaboration. Oakland County Parks just completed a feasibility study to replicate our roadway improvements all the way through Oakland County, from Hazel Park to Farmington Hills, and Novi and Wixom want into. We couldn't be prouder of the results and the collaboration, because we are all in this together as a region. When we do better, you do better, so we're better holding hands and doing this together. Come on down, try out the walking trail, the Mogo bike, a great zip line, which is a lot of fun. I couldn't get my grandson off it. Public art, have a pizza along 9 Mile Road, go to Forest Bakery before they sell out. We've got a Parks and Recreation millage that passed. We didn't expect both of them to pass. One was to improve the parks, and the other is to build a brand new community center with, because of the weather, indoor pool and indoor track. It's going to be a game changer for the city of Oak Park. Phase 1 is the event hub, and we brought pictures here. The new event hub, there'll be a 4-season facility. The white space on the bottom is the facility with the kitchen. It's got audio-visual technology, a 1,500 square foot commercial kitchen, roll-up garage doors for open-air events, and for our signature farmers market that can go rain or shine now if it's indoors. Plans adjacent, the white spot on the top is a elevated band shell, which will hold our signature concert series. Any community groups can use that to showcase talents and gather with friends and family. The city completed the engineering and design phase for the event hub and is in the process of openly bidding for general contractors. We anticipate breaking ground as early as spring 2025. This is the area between City Hall and the Public Library. Look for shovels in the ground. Phase 2 will feature that new community center. It required a lot of outreach. We met with all the community groups in all of our areas, lots of town hall meetings, sticker things that you like the best, that you would like in your city. What we heard was indoor track, all-season pool, updated play equipment in the parks, and more. Connecting all the parks with the trail. We have 10 parks. This is an amazingly exciting time in Oak Park. Some things we have only envisioned as a community are actually going to become real. First step is we are issuing bonds and bidding engineering proposals for the site. And more good news for our parks is that we are partnering with Oakland County Parks. They are giving us $3 million and taking over a section of Shepherd Park that they will pay for the upkeep on and renovate. It will be amazing. Previously, 75% of recreation money from Oakland County went south of 59, but 75% of the population, they went north. 75% of the population lives south. So it seems like there wasn't a lot of fairness going on there. So now they are helping communities in the south with their recreation, and this is about time. We've got, it's going to be called Oak Park Woods at Shepherd Park. It will have new playscapes, bathrooms, pavilions, and more. They're going to upgrade the wooded trail, and we are keeping the train. I guaranteed the train will remain. We got a $50,000 grant to help the construction of our farmers market at the hub. They got grant funding from Oakland County for the Senior Chore Services Program, $51,000 to help seniors with lawn care and snow removal if they're having trouble. We have great partnerships with the Berkley schools on the development of Tyler Park. The Berkley district is working to establish their portion as a state-of-the-art softball facility, and we're doing ours to save our taxpayers money by finding economies of scale through joint bidding opportunities, which only makes sense. We're all in this together. There'll be new fields for play and trails. We're partnering with Southfield on the Greenfield Gateway beautification effort, welcoming everyone to Oakland County and to Oak Park and Southfield. We just recently took pictures of the completed signs, banners, and improved landscaping and lighting project that will enliven this long neglected area. We have a corridor improvement authority, which is like a DDA for a city that doesn't have a downtown. We oversee Coolidge, 9 Mile and 11 Mile, with 280 businesses in those areas. Since 2016, when the CIA started, there's been a significant increase in revenue. The first year, we had an amazing $300 to spend, and now it is like $1 million to be spent on improving these areas because the value of the property keeps rising because of what we're doing to improve it. Thank you, Michelle Bishop. In the last fiscal year, we've had 43 building permits, $4 million in value. Our base property value was $34 million in 2016 and is now $46 million. It's up $4.2 million since just last year and $12 million since inception. Some highlights are, sitting right here in front of us, we hired an enthusiastic, energetic, full-time corridor improvement manager of authorities, Michelle Bishop, who does everything with enthusiasm. She created a designed logo and a brand for our CIA. We are affiliated, we're becoming an affiliate with Main Street America and Oakland County, launching a social media channel and marketing so everyone knows what our CIA does and is. We have 35 attractive pole banners beautifying the city. We got a Main Street Oakland County award. There are no vacant properties now on 11 Mile Road. We are helping our members with grants. We added 11 exciting new businesses to the district this year. We're coordinating facade grants for members so that the place is more appealing. Huge hand to our CIA and Economic Development team. Hardworking is an understatement. Last but not least, we unveiled a vibrant Oak Park community mural on the side of Oak Park Library. We took the cue from Berkley because we love your murals and they create a sense of place. And it's the sincerest form of flattery. There's a nod to the local schools, the train at Shepherd Park, the 9 Mile improvements, and our artist grew up in Oak Park. Looking to the future is bright. We are committed to having a safe, welcoming, vibrant community next door to you guys, and it's unwavering. We have moved beyond stability and are taking steps to elevate and improve our economic vitality, community assets, amenities, offerings, and quality of life. The results are tangible. Everyone has seen them. The momentum is underway, the future is bright, and I'll leave you with this: discover Oak Park. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor McClellan, for the update. We appreciate the support of the city and its residents who support many of our businesses. I mean, it's incredible to see what you guys are doing, so very proud of you. So next, Mayor Bridget Dean from Berkley.
Wow, that was all a lot of great stuff from our community partners, our neighbors and community partners. It's wonderful to join you this morning for the 2024 State of the Cities. As was mentioned, I'm Bridget Dean, Mayor of the beautiful city of Berkley. It is with great pleasure that I share highlights from our city from over the past year and offer a glimpse into the exciting future that lies ahead for us. But before I do, on behalf of my colleagues on the City Council and city staff, I want to thank the Berkley Area Chamber of Commerce and this year's State of the City sponsor, MSU Federal Credit Union, for putting on such a great event. We appreciate the opportunity to come together to celebrate our collective successes and look toward the future. This year, Berkley has been a place of smart growth, exuberant energy, and positive activity. It's also been a place of community collaboration with vibrant voices leading the way. This is evident in the significant community and economic development that we've experienced in Berkley. We've paved a path for new housing, revitalization along Coolidge Highway, and more public parking, and who doesn't like more parking? We've also welcomed new businesses and added more public art to our downtown. We've celebrated a top billing among Detroit area restaurants, experienced growth in our second annual Downtown Farmers Market, and launched a social district on 12 Mile. And we can't forget the historical marker we've added at the Berkley Historical Museum, celebrating 100 years as a village. As we continue to match the vision laid out by our community master plan, we've welcomed the Phillip Townhomes on 12 Mile. We've also approved a 57-unit multifamily housing development on the east side of Coolidge that will bring more residents to our downtown and create an architectural anchor for this section of the city. As part of this exciting development, you'll see improvements to the Coolidge streetscape, a new park, and other wonderful amenities. This project will complement the enhancements already made to the Coolidge corridor, which has come alive with vibrant and diverse businesses that bring residents and visitors to our downtown. Just this year, we welcomed 3 new businesses along Coolidge. Also included in these Coolidge enhancements are new pedestrian crosswalks that help make the corridor safer for everyone. And we're not done. We've secured a grant to create conceptual plans for a plaza along Dorothea, that little space by Bombshell Treat Bar. This will be a wonderful place for residents and visitors to gather and explore in the heart of this burgeoning activity center, as well as space for hosting special events. We know responsible stewardship of public dollars means coming up with innovative ways to implement our community's vision for Berkley. That's why we've taken a targeted approach to creating more public parking. One way we're doing this is by adding a new public parking lot to our downtown through a public-private partnership. I'm pleased to share that the previously private parking lot, say that 5 times fast, adjacent to Garden Central on Cumberland and 12 is now open for public use. We've also taken a collaborative approach to much-needed renovations at Community Field 1. Through an agreement between the city, the Berkley School District, and the Dad's Club Baseball organization, this popular baseball field will see significant improvements that will ensure that it can be used and enjoyed by community members for generations to come. And I would also be remiss if I didn't give a shout out to Dave Schmidt, president of the Berkley Dad's Club, for his creative thinking, along with other Dad's Club members, bringing a proposal to us. Nate Geinzer, interim city manager, who we will miss, but I'll get to that later, he sort of fine-tuned that, and so together, those heads brought the district and council a proposal that we could all embrace and move forward on. And so truly, this was a shining moment for us this year. While we've celebrated many successes, we, like so many communities in our state and across the country, have experienced challenges. I'm proud of how our city staff, city council, and community have responded to these challenges and have overcome some tough times. I'm proud of how the city of Berkley is committed to listening to community members, looking for opportunities to continually improve, and always evaluating practices to ensure we are providing the highest level of service to our residents. I'm also grateful to interim city manager Nate Geinzer for his leadership over the past 6 months as we've worked through these challenges and searched for a permanent city manager. Under Nate's leadership, we've enhanced many of our processes and operations and have continued our commitment to sustainable progress and community vitality. Thank you, Nate. Berkley is better because of you. We're set up for success as we welcome new city manager Crystal Van Vleck, who will join us in December. Crystal brings strong leadership skills, a deep understanding of our community, and nearly a decade of experience in municipal government to this position. My colleagues on the city council and I look forward to working with Crystal to continue moving Berkley forward in a positive direction. So just a little backstory on this. Marion and I attended the South Oakland County Mayor's Association dinner, otherwise known as SOCMA, and they're held every month except for in the summer. So this past October one, we carpooled. I picked her up, and she gets in the car and could not stop telling me all the great things about Crystal, and I was like, yep, I know. And then she looks at me and she says, we're countering, you know. And I looked at her and I said, I would expect as much, and we will prevail. And with that, off we went to Novi for our dinner. But the other piece of this is, like, I am not a chess player, but this was the biggest chessboard kind of thing, because you had Troy looking, Royal Oak looking. Now Ferndale took, Joe's going to Royal Oak, and I know Eric Tungate was applying for positions, and I'm like, crap, they're gonna, like, Crystal, here, we can offer this, we can offer that. And I just said to Nate, I go, we gotta lock this down now, sooner rather than later, because I didn't want to lose her. And I think I reflect the sentiments of council as a whole and community members that had met Crystal. So just a little backstory about my nerve-wracking experience, but it turned out good, and we're looking forward to having Crystal. Also on the horizon is the completion of our comprehensive zoning ordinance rewrite. The last time that was done was in 1993, so I think we're beyond due. This has been a year-plus labor of love for our fabulous city staff, steering committee, Planning Commission and City Council, the new zoning ordinance is in the final stages of review, so we hope to see that coming very soon. Once finalized, this updated zoning ordinance will enable us to truly realize and implement the vision laid out in our master plan and deliver the quality and type of development our community wants. As we celebrate our community successes, take note of our challenges, and anticipate the opportunities that lie ahead, I am confident that Berkley is on the right path forward to an even brighter future. In closing, I want to thank you for your time today and for this opportunity to share Berkley's successes and opportunities. I also want to again express my deep appreciation to our city staff, city council, volunteers, and community members for the dedication and passion they have for Berkley, which is demonstrated through their actions every day. Working together as a community, we will help ensure Berkley continues to be a caring, innovative, active, and welcoming city. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Dean. We truly appreciate all your support and dedication to the city and to help us grow a vibrant business community. And the encouragement you give to residents to support local and all the residents of Berkley who do support our local business community. So this concludes our State of the Cities and Best of Berkley Awards breakfast. We're asking one person from each table to take the centerpiece with you. And thank you for joining us all today.